Several months ago, my eldest son, who was born just in time to still be classified a millennial, posed this question to my wife and I as we were having coffee several months ago. What top 3 things did we think that Christians of his age group needed to hear? Well, while it's difficult to narrow it down to just 3, here's mine. The first thing that I would say to Christian millennials is that biblical morality is not like your smartphone, which requires frequent updates to remain functional. Human nature hasn't changed since biblical times. Money, sex, and power in all of their forms have been the great temptations all throughout history. And while, yes, we are very unique as a culture when it comes to technological progress, yet the great temptation, and I see this especially true for millennials because their daily lives are so immersed with technology, is to begin to see human nature and morality along those same lines. That if you as a Christian do not accept what Hollywood considers the latest critical update on gender identity or sexuality, then somehow your Christian faith is automatically outdated. You see, one of the great ironies of today is that as our culture thinks it is progressing, it's actually regressing when you look at it from a historical point of view. When it comes to, say, human sexuality, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing that's being advocated today that the church has never encountered before. What we're actually seeing is the rise of neo-paganism, a great regress back to the way things were in the ancient Greco-Roman world where Christianity first began. So as our culture regresses back 2,000 years, it actually makes Christianity more relevant and progressive. The second thing that Christian millennials need to know is, how should I put this? God is God and you are not. You don't get to make up the rules. God does. We live in an age of moral relativism where supposedly each person can decide for themselves however they want to behave. And I see this disturbing trend, especially among Christian millennials in the church, this attitude that somehow they can pick and choose what they like in the Bible and then just simply discard what they don't like. Well, sorry, that's just not how it works. You have to take the complete package. God is God and you are not. And lastly, the third thing that Christian millennials need to know is that in spite of what your pastor may tell you, Christianity is very much about following rules. Jesus said, if you love me, you will obey my commands. In other words, his rules. The great confusion, I think, over this whole issue in the modern evangelical church results from the fact that many of my generation and above, who comprise a large part of the leadership in the church today, many grew up under a very legalistic and distorted form of Christianity where it was only about rules. And so today it's just that proverbial pendulum swinging too far the other way. I think many in the pulpit overcompensate that distorted form of Christianity that they were raised with by now only preaching about God's grace while neglecting to preach about God's holiness. So I guess the challenge for you, if you're a millennial, for your generation, is to bring that pendulum to the middle and keep it there. If your generation can do that, you're going to see great things. Thanks for watching. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do share it with others. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this YouTube channel as I put out a new video every single Thursday. Thanks so much.